All right, here we go. Game number 1. We have a Maokai ban. We're in the upper bracket of the LCK. Winner goes on to face Gen G in the winners finals. Loser goes down to face D plus Kia. All right, so Oriana ban versus Faker. He has been the best Oriana in the league. No surprise there. Poppy versus Peanut and Vi versus Peanut. Pretty typical Peanut bans. Tom Kench has been a favorite of T1 and Ash. Still going to leave the Varus up and the Callista up. Which are they going to take? Callista?
The Senna is still available.
Twisted Fate. First pick. Okay. So T1 did look really good using the Twisted Fate recently with Zeus. And Doran here has also been a Twisted Fate user. So Zeus, Doran, and Keen have been the main Twisted Fate users. Zeus did look very good on the Twisted Fate towards the end of the regular season. But this leaves up the Senna and the Nautilus, which get passed over. We're going to opt into. Now, this is what we should have seen T1 do previously, which is pick the Jinx into scaling. They picked the Jinx. Said they picked the Zeri, which is not a T1 champion. So Jinx Thresh, the OG T1 lane. That is the 2022 T1 combo. Yeah, Jinx Thresh. Thresh not really meta right now, but has always been one of Keiria's best champions, and it gets the Jinx out of trouble with the Lantern, which is very helpful. Yep, I hear Thanatos going to C9. I did. I've never really watched Thanatos play all that much, though, so I don't really have a comment. Yeah, Reaver being back is huge, too. The whip is back, guys. The Cloud9 whip is back, and that's what they need, in my opinion. Okay, Talia being taken out. Zeka with the Azir. Azir available again. Interesting to me that Zeka just didn't pick the Talia because Talia's been better than his Azir. And I'm going to take out Lee Sin. Okay, Jace, one of the Doran picks. Jax, potentially a flex pick. Jin Zhao here. Not Peanut's best champ, but very good for the skirmishing, especially if they have a, you know, they can get some combat going on. Faker with the Corki pick, which he has not lost on Corki in like 1,500 days. So long-range poke composition coming in from T1. I hope they take a tank jungler. That would be nice. Sejuani. Rel. Okay, well, it is a tank jungler to kind of peel for and protect their backline. And it will be the Rek'Sai last pick in the top side into the Twisted Fate just for some sustain. Don't know how much pushing Rek'Sai will get done in this lane, but shouldn't really be at kill threats, especially with a Rel jungle. So Owner has been a very good Rel player. Owner been faltering as of late, though. He's a Witcher. School of the Tiger. We know that. White hair, School of the Tiger. He's a Witcher. And this is a lot of front-to-back scaling for Hanwha Life. Like, they should feel very comfortable in the late game. Very comfortable. And they have enough heals. I think they can probably heal pretty effectively with a late-game Senna, even into Corki Rockets. And I did get a subscription. Mebnelius! Thank you for your resubscription with Prime. Hype for the series. How can you pick out the game start with such dynamic production from the LCK? I know, it's so hard. It's not like they do the exact same shots every single game. Crowd shot, champion shot, and then we melt into game. Wow, it's, you know, you'd think after hundreds of times of doing this, the producer would get bored and try and mix it up, but nope.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for playoffs round 2.
Do you think Peanut will end up coaching when he's done playing? Probably. What else is he going to do? What else would a young nut do? I love your content, but what are these times? I'm a father of 2. You're killing me. You know, you could just watch the VOD later. I'm also getting all of these series edited into shorter form content, Jimmy Mello. And what are these times? As a father of 2, this is the afternoon when I can actually stream games. All right? So we each have our crosses to bear. If it makes you feel better, guys, for MSI, I'm going to be in the States, and we'll be doing the VOD reviews morning America time, evening European time. So hope you guys like that.
He is 4-0. Leading into this 5th game, it's now his 3rd most played behind the Aatrox and the Cassante. And, you know, you look at some of these other picks here, Peanut hasn't played as much Jin Zhao as a lot of his other, really strong picks. And Doran obviously played the Rek'Sai. We weren't really impressed with it against the Kwangdong Freaks, but that was his first games that he did play, of course, with this champion. And, just one lane.
Who's going to fill my late night slot? There's probably some, like, hot tubs and pool streamers.
Target to kill later on. Faker 5-0. Probably get the stat on exactly what his win streak is, because it is very long at this point. I always lose count.
How are you not allowed to live view the Riot games? I can live view them, I just can't co-stream them. I could just not have the games on and just provide my own commentary, but I can't co-stream. Club Reds! Thank you for your tier 1 sub. Will we get the MonteCristo hot tub stream? I mean, I'm looking pretty good these days. I'm looking pretty good. I wouldn't want you to, leave your significant others in the vain hope of getting me. Been watching you and Thorin for years, Monty. Appreciate content. I appreciate your support.
Teams down here, Kwangdong Freaks, T1. Sorry, not T1, Fear X. T1 would not be surprising to have.
Please consider Russian subtitles for CS content. Not a bad idea, honestly.
Just Valkyrie his way out.
Win streak 12-3 total.
All right, so we always love to watch the Nut path. The Nut has some of the best pathing in the world, and he's just doing a little bit of a drive-by here. It's a little bit of a drive-by E into W on Jin Zhao. Not much going on there, but equalizes the life totals just a little bit. I mean, they would have known that the Corki was a possibility getting picked into this Azir. They didn't ban it in the second ban phase. Zeka can just get out of this. Oh, he has to flash, though. Owner doesn't even have to flash. That's huge. He just gallops in and Qs and forces Zeka to flash without actually flashing himself. The mind games, guys. The mind games. Because the thing is that even if this isn't going to hit, it's the start of the animation that you have to respect the Q flash. So Owner mind games him a little bit. Okay, we're even on camps right now. Owner going to invade. Peanut senses this with his Peanut sense. Nice flash, or nice smite rather from Owner. It's pretty annoying. Doran is getting chunked out in this top side in the matchup.
They're winning, obviously, the push in bottom lane. And they have tons of control now. They got the flash out of Zeka's. Meanwhile,
playback onto Viper. He's taking a lot of damage. Lantern going to be taken, and that's going to spell the flash out from Viper.
All right. Ooh, buffered the hook. Delay buffered the hook on Carrier's hook, so it doesn't actually drag him in.
Nicely played here by T1, putting the pressure.
Hanwha having a bit of struggles though. Pretty good summoner spell because it's just Ghost Ignite used in bot lane for both of Viper's sums. Zeka's flash is also gone. Owner got a nice, cute little invade there. They're losing top side. And Owner has not been good recently.
And now, obviously, the Corki doesn't have to deal with any sort of flash engage here from Zeka or anything like that. It's very comfortably just going to sit back and farm. Faker did pick up the tier, and he's sitting pretty in lane.
DDoS excuse is weak ass. It's not really, guys. We'll take a break. Okay, so the DDoS thing is interesting. The thing is that even if you get Riot super accounts, they're not going to... You have to play on them for a while for the MMR to go up to Challenger. And also, the more you play on them, the more likely it is that the DDoSer is going to be able to discover you on the ladder. And by that, I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out which pro players are using which accounts, because it's things like item slots, where is flash, champion pools, times that you play, because if you're a pro player, you can't play during specific times in solo queue because, all the pro players are in scrims during certain blocks. So, like, the more you play on them, the more likely it is that the DDoSer then discovers them. And by the time you get them into the top 200, then it's really easy to figure out, you know, if it's like faker on that account. It's really easy. So the solo queue thing is tough, I think. Like so they can't solo queue, but now they've been able to scrim. But really, I think we should just fucking blame Riot for their shitty ass Korean client leaking IPs. That's the real problem, right? Account sharing will get you banned. You can't account share. Also in Korea, you need to use your national ID. No, Riot can just make them accounts. But you can't account share, or Riot will ban you and the person. They're very strict on that in Korea.
As Delight is hanging around here towards this bottom side, waiting for the wave to push in.
3 games of not banning Nautilus is not a DDoS issue. Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about, is DDoS, is it easy to get out of this DDoS situation? I do not believe it is.
Just trying to survive as best he can against the shove power of Zeus.
Korea uses their social security number for signups. Yes, they do. But again, that won't be necessary because Riot can make them new accounts that don't require that.
Going through that fury quite a lot.
Just trying to, you know, put the fury.
But it is tough because the problem is that new accounts will be found out, and like it's kind of unethical to go to a PC bang and get the PC bang, like the net cafe's IP targeted, right? Because then nobody there might be able to play potentially. But really, like, why is Riot issuing technology and not fixing it that releases people's IPs? I'm going for Korea 2 months in summer. Can I not play League? Look, man. Yeah, I mean, you need if you were to create a new account, you would need a Riot or a Korean social security number.
Back here feels great as Zeus should be able to get his destiny up and can take a luxury back whenever he wants.
Yep.
And I mean, the winning here that T1 is doing early is kind of what I expected here, considering the Twisted Fate lane. Obviously, the fact that Senna is going to outrange, or rather, Jinx is going to outrange the early Senna lane to put that poke onto the Nautilus. The Thresh has a lot of power in that matchup too. And as long as Keria plays it well, which, you know, surprise, surprise, he's Keria. The early game feels good here for.
Why you need social security for a video game? WTF? It just be that way.
Things do look very nice here in this early game for T1, already picking up 1,000.
But that actually doesn't matter in this specific situation because that's not the problem.
And this is what you want to see if you're a T1 fan.
Absolutely. First Dragon going to be a
Nice to miss the good old days of you and Doa. You don't have to miss us. We have a show. Here we go. Last Free Nation Culture. We do a show about TV and film. Go check out our Shogun and Dune 2 conversations. Don't have to miss us. Tom JJ.
Yeah, it looked like maybe Owner wanted to try to make something happen here on the Doran, and they decided they were not going to go for Dragon. The back timers of both Faker and the bottom lane just really indicate that they had no interest of contesting.
Can you not use VPNs in Korea? You can.
It's a really awkward time all around. Faker
I'm on a VPN right now.
As Saya should be fine. It's like, yeah, good luck.
Doran just kind of swimming around. Gold card is going to connect, and that's going to deny any sort of harassment. As of course, they were.
Okay, interesting timing here on the first Drake. They get a little push, so they use the recall timing.
Like you were talking about, I think
They use the recall timing in order to go for this. So, you know, the Rel finishes the grubs,
And this is what you want to see.
right? And so Peanut already on the recall. They see the recall on the bot side. They just move immediately to Drake. Peanut is calling this instantly as soon as he sees the grubs taken. So pretty deliberate trade here by T1, wanting to get those first grubs. They do have the Twisted Fate for the split push. I mean, we saw what 6 grubs can do in that game between Gen G and D+. And T1 is probably the best team that I've seen at consistently using 6 grub advantages, and they have a good comp for it. Very good siege, very good split push.
Doran just kind of swimming around. Gold card is going to connect, and that's going to deny any sort of harassment. As Peanut, bit of a drive-by fadeaway smite there as the Dragon does go down. Next one's going to be a Chemtech, and so Ox is paying attention today. It's really good.
He's here. He did the pre-show.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Is
because,
Shogun true story? It is based on a true story of the Tokugawa shogunate, but it is a fictionalized version of history. And they changed Tokugawa to a guy named Toranaga. So it is based on real history. And there really was a British guy who was made a samurai who was called Anjin or Anjin in the early 1600s. So that is all true.
Dragon went over without a hitch. Chemtech is going to be the second one here, so not going to be the most impactful, but Hanwha do want to stack that up. As Doran is starting
Prediction for DK versus T1. Can I watch the T1? I haven't seen T1 play yet, guys. Can I fucking watch the game before I give you my prediction?
It'll be a little bit more of a threat here to Zeus because he does have those Merc Treads, so we'll be able to get back into the action after gold cards very easily. Yep. And after he does end up picking up some of those tank items, obviously this is going to be...
My prediction is fuck you.
Zeus can't really hurt him at all. Yeah, T1 are feeling pretty good.
I think you want like an item and a half or something like that for Doran, and then he's just going to be out scot-free. But of course, you're never really going to be much of a damage threat, and he really wants to
sounds like results-based analysis to me.
As much as possible in these fights. Now, is Gold Card going to connect onto the Twisted Fate? As we check out this bottom side, Viper going to land a bit of a snare onto Carrier. This Piercing Darkness starting to hurt a little bit, as we do see now that Peanut was waiting, thinking about some sort of opportunity, but not going to quite get in there. As Owner sweeping things out, and Doran might be his target, but Shattering Strike not going to land, and therefore the Burrow.
If they wanted to try League of Legends, would you let your kids try it? Of course. It's a complex, competitive game. I'd much rather my kids be playing League of Legends and like try-harding at it and learning all the math behind the game and you know, discipline practice and analysis skills than fucking like Genshin Impact. Fuck that. This game forces you to use your brain sometimes.
As Rel, you know, on this patch still you can just contest objectives like this. If Peanut has no idea.
Yeah, Viper's moving up. Carrier in the area as well. Owner, I think, still unseen as Peanut will now walk into the brush and figure it out. Peanut does manage to get...
Owner's doing a good job of invading this game and using the Rel Q Smite. That's so annoying. But Peanut is actually untiltable. You can invade him a million times and he never tilts. It's a superpower.
Not going to push his luck here towards the top side of the map, and we'll have some equalization still.
Really?
No first blood.
Yeah, and really cool play there from Carrier. You know, oftentimes supports do struggle to get advantages against the Nautilus, you know, that sits on bottom side with teleport. So trying to match the center roam here and allowing Owner to continue that pressure top side. Yeah, he didn't end up with a successful takeaway there of the red buff, but it was a good try, and he's just shadowed there by Carrier, who has a lantern for him, so really no risk to Owner whatsoever.
Really, my kids will be StarCraft 4 players, though. That's the real dream.
Just constantly putting the pressure on.
Speaking of which, Peanut is now going to find Owner, gets a full combo here as Owner is just trying to get himself.
There'll be, oh, beautiful play. There'll be 1v1 gamers like God intended, where there's no one to blame but yourself, and every time you lose, you must search your soul and watch your own replays and know it's you that lost, and not just blaming it on your shitty jungler.
So, just constantly putting the pressure on.
Speaking of which,
yes.
Peanut is now going to find Owner, gets a full combo here.
Look at what look at how Peanut plays this, by the way. Look at how Peanut plays this. So Faker is backing and Zeka's here. So watch how smart Peanut is. Okay, he applies red buff slow, right? And he E's in. But you'll notice he is holding his knockup. He is literally just walking next to him, holds his knockup until Zeka's in range so that he CC'd, so Zeka actually gets this for free. Owner also doesn't flash it.
But it's not going to get out of the Void Rush. That is first blood going over to the wreck side.
Yeah, it looks like he just scared that perhaps a flash would come
but
there, so just uses the ultimate to guarantee the kill. And this is a problem for Zeus.
That is a very nice play by Peanut, holding the knock up on his Q3.
Not to flash there will be the end of his life. And that is, you know, a good choice. I think all things considered, probably dies anyway.
If he did it earlier, Owner would probably flash. Yeah.
Out of his depth here a little
I mean, if he flashes there, you still win, and he probably should have flashed the Zeka's engage, but Zeka might have obviously flashed in response. But it's good teamwork and good awareness of where Zeka is.
Zeka being able to grab his first assist of the game I think we know Zeka not necessarily as a laning Azir, but more as a
Is it my first time watching these games? Yes.
Find some of these angles for the Emperor's Divide, and we'll see whether that is going to be the same thing as Doran is in.
Where was Faker's package used?
Just because that package does
His depth here a little bit holding this package.
yeah, he's
Just timeout.
to play with relative abandon when it comes to danger, just because that package does afford you so much safety, and so able to walk on in there. Still, Zeka being able to grab his first assist of the game. I think we know Zeka not necessarily as
Okay,
a
it was used right
Azir,
there.
but more as a team fighting Azir, one able to find some of these angles.
Trying to set up the dive onto Rek'Sai. 4-player dive. They're gonna try and transition this into a grub stake for 6 grubs. Okay, Zeka doesn't have ult though.
But I think that Esports have kept themselves alive there towards the top side. See whether Gumushi can do the same in the bottom lane, and it looks like he will be able to.
Interesting. Yeah, they don't go for that dive. Relga is gonna get 6 grubs. This is pretty big for T1. 6 grubs, very nice for them.
See the teleport coming through from Zeka. They don't want to hard force it, and the
Do you know the results of the match? I do.
We're going to go back to this play here onto Owner. Just sticks around a little bit too long. Faker is backing as well, so nothing he can do. Was just desperately trying to get to his blast cone. Knows he's out of flash range to flash to the cone, and decides not to use it, which I think is wise, but probably shouldn't have been pushing that far up. And the defense there at the dive topside was pretty successful. Zeka did not have his ult. He does now.
Faker, no package available here as Peanut does slow Faker down. Ona is going to be here. Flash out from Faker, but there's the
Nice job by Pete. Man, Peanut's playing this Jhin so well. Oh my god, Zeka? Oh, they didn't get him this time. Well, let's look at this. Let's look at this. So they didn't actually get the 6 grubs.
Nothing he can do. Was just desperately trying to get to his blast cone. Knows he's out of flash range to flash to the cone, and decides not to use it, which I think is wise, but probably shouldn't have been pushing that far up. And the defense there at the dive topside was pretty successful.
So they get 5 grubs.
Faker, no package available here as Peanut does slow Faker down.
So that's enough though. Still gonna be good. Flashes over. Hits the E. And that's it. Zeka tries to go for this. This time Owner actually flashes. And Lantern out from Carrion. Very nice.
Really massive start here for Hanwha Life, and one of those kills going over to Viper here. This is not what you want to see as a T1 fan.
Doran just trying to do what he can. The Ghost is going to be used here from Zeus, who's just throwing so many cards at this Rek'Sai. He will eventually just be able to hop in a tunnel and get himself out. Hanwha Life will be able to take the prize of a Drake unless Ona is able to do something about it. They do get a bit of information as he gets on over. There's going to be the steal, but it might be a sacrifice.
Fuck Rel. People are sad about Rel not being jungler anymore, but I'm tired of this bullshit. I am tired of this Hex Flash. I just Q smite steal your shit. I am so sick of it.
Carrier's got Lantern, they have Super Mega Death Rocket. They're going to try every way they can to prevent the Dragon stack, and it is successful this time around. Now, Ocean Soul being the soul here, you know, arguably a much stronger soul here for Hanwha Life, considering they have this farming Nautilus and the Rek'Sai, but at least it's not going to be the next Dragon threatened.
Will you have predictions for D+ first T1 as short form video?
The gold lead is still
maybe.
right now, still holding 1,000.
Oh, Peanut got first grab already. Yeah, you're right.
Starting to get a little bit closer to online here. The Senna getting stronger. Obviously, the Azir now having.
Which retired player do you miss the most? Score.
Felt pretty good for Hanwha Life, turning things around. As this is just a lot of greed here. The Faker has Valkyrie, but as you mentioned, no package. The escape range here not large enough. And then I appreciate Peanut also following for the flash after the stun comes through from Owner.
Yeah, I followed flash WE.
Zeka tries to get Owner here. We'll get his flash only. But a good attempt nonetheless.
It's alright. You trade flash for just ult on the Azir. Stupid ass Rel. Fuck Q. Fuck Rel Q.
He's like, over here, please. Success. Really nicely played there by T1 and Carrier.
I'm fine with Rel jungling, but a free execute on a basic ability. Yeah, exactly. It's not fair. It's not even a 50-50. It's like you can do a great job of controlling the objective, like we saw from Hanwha, and Owner just Hex flashes into pit and takes it away. It's just stupid. Tis stupid.
Viper decides to avoid it. He's like, Doran, you can take it. You can go underground. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not taking this damage. You can.
Viper is getting scary, though. We can see that he is behind in gold and stuff like that, but Delight actually keeping up. So as far as the 2v
Taking this damage, you can.
Viper is getting scary, though. We can see that he is behind in gold and stuff like that, but Delight.
Well, Viper's behind in gold because he's a support. But also Delight is behind in gold compared to Gumayushi. So. But you expect that. You expect that. You don't need as much gold. That's the trade-off. Basically, you get an extra TP. You get a very tanky tank, and Senna's still relevant late game, and she'll start farming pretty soon.
As passive, etc.
Can we see the new Skarner at MSI? Yeah, almost certainly new Skarner will be enabled for MSI. MSI is not for another 2 months, guys. Or month, rather. So, yeah, it'll be enabled for MSI, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure it's going to be good. It has like a 38% win rate in Diamond Plus Korean solo queue right now. It probably needs a buff. Its clear speed is like insanely slow.
Owner, a bit of a miss on this one.
Well, so Mega Death, can he get flash there? As that is a lot of respect given. And now Destiny coming on through. Zayas will find the gold card, and that is a very
Pushing this one down very quickly. Zeka does have ult flash.
Yeah, he does.
So Zayas just hit level 11 to get the bigger ultimate range. So this is nice as he kind of drifts down into this lane. Forces flash from Zeka. And then we get into range with level 2 ultimate from Zayas. Very nicely done by T1. Gumayushi has always been very good with these either cross-map or long-distance Jinx rockets. Getting picks that way is one of T1's strengths.
See how long they can stick around. It is a Nautilus and a Xinjiao here trying to push this down, but with the minions, they should be able to get it very low. And T1 are just saying, well, we have a much longer push. We have 5 Void Grubs.
Yeah, this is what I mean. T1 will absolutely play super well with a bunch of, Void Grub buffs to try and trade up in these scenarios.
No, definitely not. Neither the mid turret that does survive here or that inner there on the bottom side.
Doesn't have to be enabled on playoff patch to be at MSI. If the rule is the same for Worlds, the champion isn't in playoffs, it's disabled international tournament. Yeah, maybe. I don't actually know. I would just assume that since it'll have been out for a month, it would be enabled at MSI. Do I always know results beforehand? Yes. I don't care about spoilers.
The Twisted Fate as well, how much gold he has. He's leading the farm right now. He's 40 CS up on Doran. He did pick up that turret, of course, bottom side, as well as that additional kill onto Zeka. So he is pretty big, but how well will he utilize gold in the late game? Twisted Fate often a champion that, does end up doing a decent amount of damage when you get to late game, especially if your team is...
Do you think we'll see Rookie at MSI or Worlds this year? Rookie's been on a heater during playoffs, so it's exciting. He's at least in the double limb portion. He's top 4 in LPL right now, so that's pretty cool. I don't think they're good enough to actually reach MSI, though. There's too much other competition. I mean, JDG, BLG, and Top are probably all better.
Peanut's like, that's a relic.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm just not going to be able to do it.
Neutral eyes. Thank you for your Bezos bucks. Shower me with those Bezos bucks, please, everybody.
Teleporting to the mid lane. They are not wanting to give this one up without a fight.
Or your real bucks. I don't care. All bucks are the same to me. They're just different to you. All right, let's take a look at this setup right now. Lots of vision to go ahead and clear out here. Doran on the flank carrier, actually just grabbing the Rek'Sai. Thank you, UU Shield UU, for your Twitch Prime sub. And Tom JJ, thank you. Thank you very much. As a new viewer. New Adore, thank you. I'm susceptible to peer pressure. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. I wish more of you were susceptible to peer pressure, you dirty freeloaders.
Going to connect onto Doran. Not exactly an optimal target, but he's going to be denied the burrow. Does have to blast cone.
All right, this should be T1s. We're back in a situation where owner just wins Smite Wars. Yep, there we go. So in this case, actually, he doesn't even use Q. Gets down to 1300. This is auto smite here. So he actually does have Q still. Use it there, but misses. XL Angel, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. Sycophantic suck-ups. Well, it's all about how you think about things. All right. So owner here tries to just gets the normal smite down. Does use his CC to tie up Peanut and Doran, but Peanut's ulting, so he doesn't actually take damage. Gets a little bit of a heal from Viper's Senna ultimate. Then they're going to go in. Zekka's still full HP, by the way. And he's just... he just casually waltzes in, by the way. Look at Zekka's just like, well, you know, I could go all the way in, or I could just walk very slowly and hit Gumayushi. The real hero here is Delight, who flashes on top of Gumayushi. Doran then comes in, flashes in. It's actually very good flashes by Delight and Doran to just CC him. So Guma then just gets pushed. He's just perma CC'd. Shout out Delight and Doran using their flashes for that. Uh-oh. Dr. Zayas is in the back line. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Doran's going to have to E out of the pit. Yeah, there he goes. All right, it's a pretty big win for T1 there. Wolf said Faker's package usage in this play was... I didn't see. Okay, so Faker's package is on the back line. He actually isolates Zekka, so Zekka can't participate in this fight whatsoever. Meanwhile, he actually gets damage down, so I think it's pretty good. Like, look at this. He's actually just popping Viper while Viper's ulting. He nearly just one-shots Viper, and Zekka can't do shit. So, pretty good. Then he just W's over, and he keeps getting the rockets in. Then he flashes forward and gets the kill down. Very, very nice, I think. A new member, Cross UK! Thank you. My YouTube memberships are also open. I appreciate that. I know you moved on to casting Overwatch. I don't know how long ago now after LoL. Are you currently casting any other esports? Nope. I think I'm done casting, guys. I'm tired of working for shitty-ass devs. I don't want to work for devs. I don't want to work for the Saudi government. So, pretty sure I'm done casting. Rather work on my own projects, own company, own stream, own content.
Doesn't have anything, gets gold carded here, and you're contesting Ocean Rift here with this brush. I think you should probably just walk away as Hanwha here, because you're playing the smite fight into the rel, and then Peanut just walks up anyways here, isn't able to set it for a crescent guard. Even though Faker's package is very lackluster and he kind of puts himself out of the fight, it's still a jinx once she gets excited in this fight. You know,
thank you, King Bub, for your Twitch Prime. Joan Richard and casting Farming Simulator League? Hell yeah, I'll do that. Farming Sim League does actually look baller. I will take that John Deere money. I will take that. I accept it. Guma kind of trolled that fight, though. It's a really good... I think it's a very good package here. Zekka can't do anything. I mean, Guma actually forced flash. He just walked forward too far. I'ma slap you. Thank you for your subscription 1 month at tier 1. Richard has been my Bezos bucks, so take this $5. Thank you. That's very nice. Richard deserves it too. Even though I stream more than Richard, just gonna put that out there. Do you think Fudge gets a spot on another team this summer? No. That guy's probably Dunzo in LCS. Because he's worse than literally other free agents that are available, like Licorice. Hope you like Oceanic Esports, Fudge. It's your new home forever.
able to get a couple of kills on this call.
Have you ever thought about doing a production company or consulting? I do consulting actively. I always have. I'm consulting with Play Versus right now. Who's replacing Fudge? Thanatos. Korean challenger god.
You hit those couple of item spikes, you're absolutely devastating. We saw already, you know, Gumayushi was taken down immediately in that fight, but T1 still had the damage to keep on going because Zeus exists, right? They've got triple damage threat on the side.
All right, pretty healthy lead right now for T1. They're going to have perpetual Drake control because of the cheese that is Rel. Is he any good? I've been told he's good. I don't watch Korean Tier 2, so I don't know, really. Chronicler loves him, I know that. Is Pool Bay in contract jail still? No. He was playing in summer. He's been freed.
A little bit more defensively to keep the, in this case, Viper alive. Keep the Senna alive in these longer fights and itemize for that, but it's just going to be looking for engage as the way Zeka is playing this. And that's not surprising given Zeka's playstyle in general. But I think they're going to have to slow this game down. That's frustrating into a Corki. But if they just keep trying to match T1 in these early objective fights here, I mean, I say early, it's 20 minutes.
Add permitted term, Fudge Packer. All right, so here we go. Finally, they're able to split push their way to success. They do have the 5 Void Grubs buff, which is super nice. And then he'll just Ninja Vanish out of the lane. So free tier 2 there. Good play while they get vision on the cross map.
Is the resulting lead for T1. They have a Drake advantage as well. Things for this Corki Jinx composition are looking absolutely fantastic at this stage of the game.
They're looking for a pick here with this teleport from Delight.
Yeah, but it's package available as Carrier and Ona are in the area, so therefore should be absolutely fine.
They're going to clear this vision, but starting the Baron, I mean, T1 definitely will just contest here. This is a pretty interesting call from HLE considering this is a Senna early on.
Yeah, this is not... This is a very weird decision, I think. So the reason why they're doing this, guys, is because Twisted Fate is on the bottom side of the map, and they just got... They're clearing out vision right now, Hanwha. So what happens is they see TF on this wave, and they know that TF just gated out, and that because he's top lane TF, he doesn't have TP. So they are just going to all in on Baron and try and force an engage. So I would imagine they're not actually going to finish this. They're just going to turn. Maybe they can force Zeus's Ghost. It's pretty slow, though, because of Senna. I mean, the Azir is fast, but the Senna do be slow. So I imagine this is just a bait. Oh, it's a turn. It's a turn, guys. They did get Zeus's Ghost, by the way. So they're trying to dissuade them while using the Lantern. But Delight puts his fat ass on top of the Lantern, and they drop a pink ward, so he can't click on it. And so this actually forces them to go all in, more or less. Very nice, using Rek'Sai to get the finisher. Now they're able to knock up Zeus, and he's going to be dead. Nope, he has to flash. Delight goes back in. Delight dies, so they trade 1 for 1. All right. 2 for 1, actually. Peanut dies. But they got a couple... They got all of Zeus's summoners.
Appreciate the call here from Hanwha Life Esports. It's decisive. You know that Twisted Fate doesn't have teleport. He doesn't have Destiny because he just used it to get out of the bottom lane. But you're also dealing with T1's composition that turns on engages so well. They have Rel, they have Thresh, they have a Jinx. If they get even one...
they tried to deal with the Thresh Lantern pretty well, though, by putting Nautilus on top of it and then just chucking wards on it so you can't click it. That shit's so annoying. You know, part of the reason I think why Thresh isn't meta anymore is that people figured out how to deal with Thresh Lantern, which is just like Delight is on top. He's putting wards down. He actually gets hooked on top of it, so kind of an oopsie. Yeah, you just got to get out while the Jinx is excited.
He is just going to be outranged by this Jinx, and she can play very carefully around this Thresh. And if you go in as Zeka in that moment, you're probably...
So here's the thing. In that last fight, there were a bunch of Hanwha Life flashes that were down. They're now up for this next Drake fight. So we'll see if Zeus actually lives here. Zeus has to play very cautiously because he doesn't have any sums anymore as a result of that little play. So it could actually be worthwhile, we'll see, for Hanwha to have done that. Faker has TP and package, though, so they're going to have to back off. Never mind. Never mind. Corki just busted. They don't even force Corky's TP. That's unfortunate. They can just go for Baron again, though. We feeling good enough to bait it again? It's really hard with this composition. If they had a different ADC, it'd be okay. Or a different top laner, depending.
And, you know, it's frustrating to see. I think if you're a Hanwha fan, they didn't make this decision on the last Dragon that was so critical. Make it here, but there's no cross map, and T1 are just one step closer to that critical soul. And you got
I really miss Thresh, though. I think Thresh is a super fun champion in professional play. He's really a great champ to watch. He makes so many plays on him.
And we saw how their last Baron start went. I think it's going to be even tougher this time around, even with that vision control, if they want to try to threaten it, but that may be their MO here.
Yeah, package has now dissipated. And Hanwha Life Esports going to take that as the go marker.
I miss Elise. Elise pretty fun, too.
Of course, Destiny is. And so that means infinite vision. If they would like to press the button, they are going to press it now. They're going to see that the Baron is down to 50%. Of course, if Owner gets into the pit, it's not even a 50-50 as they take down the tunnel.
Yeah, they have to go. They have to turn on to Owner. They're tired of this ship getting stolen. Guma's trolling. Oh, dude, the Rek'Sai ult completely owns Gumayushi. Guma doesn't feel like flashing. Is his flash up? His flash is up. Okay. All right, so they get vision control, Azir turret the mid lane, and then just immediately turn on to this objective. Notice that they have this excellently placed Rel tunnel here already in advance. They're using Tremor Sense right now to see if they're actually approaching. This is very smart. Oh, no, they're not. They used it already. Trying to burn it down, but they already have this. Okay, so they don't actually use the tunnel that was set up. They have to turn, though, because the TF ult is already there, guys. Zaya still has no sums, though. Remember, Hanwha didn't actually use any of those sums in the dragon fight. They just let the soul point go over. So this is their Alamo, basically. Like, they need to win this fight. Guma also doesn't have flash. So they're going to hook him in. Good start to the fight. Delight gets hooked here. Doran tries to go in, but Keria actually flays him away, and he's using the box. Okay, really nice Senna ult all over everybody. Peanut goes in, Gumayushi trying to back here, but he gets hit by the Nautilus ult, and then Delight and Doran flash in, and Peanut. They literally use 3 flashes. They commit 3 flashes to killing the Jinx and the Nautilus ult, and they all just bounce house him. And even though he gets out with the lantern, Rek'Sai has already initiated her R for the execute, so Rek'Sai flies in. Rek'Sai can now W, heal up, and remove Keria from this fight. Where's his E? His E should be up soon. There it is. And now he's able to get into range of Zeus. Zeus has no summoner spells, as we already saw from that last engagement. That's it. Very nice turn. Extremely nice turn from Hanwha. Guma should have flashed, though.
They give it to Zeka as well. That's massive. It's his 3rd kill of the game. He's getting closer to that 3rd item.
All right, Doran tanks this. And they should be able to 3-man it.
Keria is over here trying to
Keria's just being a douche, but it doesn't matter. TP coming up. Did Owner getting hooked there cost T1 the fight? Let's go back and look at it. We can't look at the replays, guys, because they don't have the right ult cooldowns or summoner cooldowns. I mean, I like the way that T1 played it last time, which is they had Owner go in, and Keria had the lantern for him, so he could bait some things. But Owner gets, he gets some good CC off on the front line. I think really, like, Guma's trying to do as much damage as he can, but he's actually just in range of Nautilus. I think Guma may have to flash sooner or kite sooner out of this, because it's really the fact that he's in triple flash range where he gets boned, because Doran flashes on him immediately, right? And then Delight flashes on him and he's rooted and he's dead, right? So he needed to not be within the 3 flash range, but it did take them 3 flashes to kill him, right? And all of Hanwha had their flashes up, and the only one who didn't use his was Viper. And Viper also just kind of trollless. He walks into a hook, and then he gets carded and, gets focused immediately. So not a great fight from Viper either. Guma can't do that without Ghost, yeah. With no Ghost, he really needs to play more respectfully. He can't just be in flash range like that, I think. And he can't be within range of not ult if he can avoid it. If he is farther away, then he can't hit and do damage. No, he can. He can. I don't think he's at max range for his rockets. And also, by the way, it's just about how the composition plays out. Like, he probably needs to flash right here, right? But he's waiting for Lantern. He's waiting for Lantern instead of flashing. So he's really just greeting for Lantern. But he's got to flash. He's got to flash.
Double kill for Faker, but it shouldn't be a one fight here for T1 as Doran, Zeker, and Peanut are just going to try and take him down. There's the knock-up. Wind becomes lightning indeed, and there is the takedown onto the Corki. Finally, Live Esports win a fight.
They give it to Zeka as well. That's massive. It's his third kill of the
Yeah, I think he should have flashed earlier. He was waiting for the Lantern.
Carrier is over here trying to
just be annoying.
Just be annoying, as you say. Don't think it's really going to necessarily mean anything. We'll get a teleport.
Yeah, teleport from Faker in 20 seconds time though, so I think this Baron is just gone. Nothing that Carrier can do about it other than watch.
Not sure if this was gamer than a second, but Atlas mentioned HLE's use of the tremor sense to anticipate T1's rotations. Yeah, we saw that. We saw that already. I don't think Genji dropped Delight. I think they couldn't afford Delight. And they wanted Lehens, who's more of a shot caller than Delight was, because Peanut was leaving the team.
Guma as the Nautilus ult comes down, and then Doran securing that kill after the Lancer, just tracking that so incredibly well. If he doesn't get that kill, then I think this fight absolutely could have gone. The Nautilus ult comes down.
Delight played that very well, though. But, I mean, look at the coordination that we've seen from Delight and Doran in terms of killing Gumayushi. When I talk about how good Hanwha's like team fighting is, it's because they have a very clear idea of their win conditions at all times. Hanwha's team fighting over the last few weeks has been excellent, guys. Very good. And, you know, they're all keyed in on the same thing, which is like, we must kill Gumayushi. And so they do that. I mean, we saw it at the Drake fight too. Yes, they lost that fight in the end. But they've been doing a very good job of saving their summoner spells, getting them up, and then forcing the Baron. It's just very nicely done. Very good macro, very good team fighting from Hanwha.
The Lantern to Faker, but unfortunately, he went over the wall and was unable to actually pick that one up. So unable to be spared still. Let's see how this Rebel Baron power play does go for Live Esports. 9-9 is the kill score. Very even everywhere, all across the map. But they are one turret down. This bottom outer still yet to be taken for Live Esports, so some standing gold for them to take down as Doran getting to work on this top side.
Yeah, and this should be able to get them a little bit of prio leading into the next Dragon fight as well. They could take much more comfortably than the last two. Peanut will just shadow this push here towards the bottom side, potentially even be able to take home more.
Yeah. See Zeka down here. When becomes lightning onto Carrier. He's going to break his shield.
So that fight really swung this game, but you can see how far in advance Hanwha thinks, right? Because the first Baron they took, they managed to burn Zeus's sums, and the result of that is they have a highly preferable fight and are able to, you know, kill Zeus. You know, they're confident that they can kill Zeus because he has no sums after they get the kill onto Gumayushi. But they literally, you know, wait until all their flashes are up, and then force the next Baron, give away the Drake when they don't have a good position on it.
Is decent, but you don't have the ability to hard engage on the T1's comp because their turn is so amazing. Plus, you're dealing with turrets, you're dealing with insane Jinx range. So this Baron play here going to be about 2K. It looks like nothing too crazy.
Yeah, Doran does have his tunnel, but isn't actually going to utilize it as the turret will be taken down. So against the flow, with 30 seconds left on this Baron, it's still...
Okay, we're going to try and set this... they still have Baron pressure, so they're going to try and pressure top side while using TP. While this spawns, they should be able to get pressure. TFS sums up, TFS ult up.
Is it going to be a dragon? That is the question. Are they going to be able to deny the soul from this comp, because
Zeus is 16, so his ult range is huge.
if you are one of these Corki competitions, because you can just sit and poke for a really long time, stuff like that is certainly good.
The timing of the back here for Peanut works out. His flash and his ultimate back online here does end up picking up the Randuin's third here, so Peanut is on 3 items now. Heading into this next fight, going to be very difficult to kill.
Where's the pack? Pack not there. Destiny has been popped here, so Hanwha, their positioning 100% known, and there is the Drake. They're going to start the fight as well, as Owner is going to have to crash his way down and out of there. Super Mega Death Rocket.
Delight still his ult, though. It would see Delight is really marking Owner at the start of these fights, and he's making sure he starts the turn here. Does get comboed by Keria with hook ult Flay.
He is still at full health. He can play that front line if they would like him to. And he's just tunneling around. Does manage to eat a gold card for that one. Is now T1 with positional advantage in mid lane. Looking to try and put pressure on this inner turret. The rest of Hanwha Life Esports trying to rotate their way around.
This comp is pretty fragile here from T1. Besides Owner, they have to be so careful about staying in this mid lane and pushing any further, as if they get split apart, it is going to be a disaster. Delight did not ult in that last fight. Zeka still has Emperor's Divide. There's so many different ways T1 could get caught. If they want to try to get cute here, they need to be very careful and cautious.
Ooh, Zap not going to connect onto Peanut. Neither does the hook. As when becomes lightning, he gets himself out of the way. Gold card at the ready. But he's going to flash on top of Viper. He does get into the mist.
Viper has cleanse, though. It's actually a terrible use of flash by Zeus. It's actually such a shit trade by Zeus.
Well,
still the flash was utilized by Zeus.
Yeah, that's the other issue. I mean, I love this play if Viper doesn't have cleanse, but he did. So, you know, does get a small win there, and if perhaps they were able to lead into another CC there, it would have been absolutely worth it if they end up killing Viper, but they're unsuccessful. You could see in that last fight on the Dragon as well that as Delight becomes more tanky, he can just kind of walk towards Owner and say, yeah, normally if I hook you, you know, you Magnet Storm and then the team focuses me down, but I'm so big now that it's very difficult for you to do
HLE
that.
frontline is too tanky? No, not necessarily. The thing about Rek'Sai is Rek'Sai can heal, but in order to heal, you actually have to auto things sometimes. So you can slowly work Rek'Sai down around objectives.
That ward that Doran was standing on as,
and you know the Corki and Jinx are going to do a huge amount of damage.
Going to be the snare connecting onto Owner. 40 seconds on the Baron. That is going to be the next thing to watch out for here in this game. T1 currently with a lot of vision control, at least towards this river opening.
Tremor Sense getting so much value here.
Oh yeah.
It's always knowing where T1 are rotating. You can see that showcased here by our observers, those little rings you see on the ground. Doran knows where they're kiting back. Are they lurking there? Are they looking for a counter engage? This Rek'Sai is just going to give so much additional information to the side of Hanwha Life Esports as they kind of juggle for neutral here and start stealing away some of these camps.
I hated how tanky Rek'Sai was this game as opposed to what other games. This is, I mean, basically like the only difference is normally you do Sunfire, Sterix, and Spirit Visage, but the Randuin's has pretty high value against all the auto attackers in this game, so he decided to go Randuin's instead, but it's pretty normal for Rek'Sai. Oh my god, Zeus is going to be punished for not having that flash. He literally walks up with gold card and just gets hookerinoed by Delight, and then we just E right in her. Doran gets flayed out, but he's still right there. Doran just uses his ult to execute.
He's absolutely gigantic. Still Doran just shrugs it off. They are able to take down Peanut, but Emperor's Divide connects.
Huge Emperor's Divide from his ear. I mean, I don't know about this one, Zeus.
Still, he's able to kite this one out. The flash forward from Peanut, and Doran's able to lock that one down. But now the package.
And they're just completely able to get onto the back line. Doran is really the hero of this game, guys. Look how many good plays he's making with his flash. Like, he doesn't use flash here. He just goes in and he gets flayed, but he still provides value. He goes in with Peanut into the back line. Gumayushi goes over the wall. Remember, he's already used his ultimate to get one kill. So what does he do? He just flashes over, E's, and then burrows for 1,000 HP. And comes back in with another E to get another knock up onto Thresh. And that's it. That's the end of the game.
9,600 in damage for Faker.
Great game from Doran. Doran MVP, IMO. of this game.
Winning streak here on set champion is Hanwha Live with a huge team fight win here in Doran, so consistently guaranteeing these kills onto Guma, even with the lanterns, even when the Jinx is over the wall. With that turn from Faker, it is not enough.
Oh my god, the intensity of this game, but still, Hanwha Life now knocking on the front door of T1. These death timers are not exactly the longest, but the Nexus turrets are going down. Still Owner standing his ground, trying to take control. They'll take both Nexus turrets, but they're not able to end the game.
I don't know what happened to Smeb.
Destiny has been procced. Teleporting down, still intensity of this game, but
All right, so that's not the end of the game. They're desperately, Doran's just tanking both turrets. Doran's literally tanking both turrets. It's all right. All right, time to leave. All right. And now we waited for Twisted Fate to get ult back up. So they have to use TP into the mid lane. Oh, that's a big rocket. Delight is here. Delight actually just had to sacrifice himself to save his teammates. Faker has package. No, he doesn't. Okay. Oh god, now T1's gonna get the next Baron. How silly.
Also, so is the Ocean Soul here for T1. They might be able to get both out of Hanwha Life's overextension, a miscalculation on ending the game.
Yeah, that's silly. We could have just. That's so crazy. They didn't want to do Baron. Peanut just revived. Ah, so close. They disrespected the Twisted Fate, though. The Twisted Fate is really what fucks this up. Otherwise, they would have been out home free, most likely.
As Delight is in a lot of trouble at this point. He is going to be sacrificed, and now Faker's teleported over. Is this the counter win now for T1 as the gold card is going to connect? Doran is not able to get out of this one, and that's Faker locking that one down. Remember, guys, the Baron is still up.
Yeah, the Baron is up.
Can just walk on over.
And also, so is the Ocean Soul here for T1. They might be able to get both out of Hanwha Life's overextension. A miscalculation on ending.
No way Peanut steals this either.
See Zeka trying to threaten that mid push. The Nexus is open and naked, but it doesn't.
Okay, I have 25 seconds to get Ocean Soul.
They tracked him well, and they will be able to turn the Baron around. As this fight is absolutely wild. But again, T1 have such fantastic turn, and when they have the cross here from Faker, when Hanwha Life go in, everything is spent on the Zeus, and so Faker's like, this is going to be one of the greatest packages in pro play of all time. As Hanwha Life Esports are super priced into this, look at the layering of damage here, and the Doran over the wall to kill Guma is so massive there. Without that play, I think T1 again have a much better chance.
Doran's the real hero.
Through, but they do ultimately win it and fail the push, and that is Baron plus Ocean Soul over to T1, and now they're suddenly back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, they do have.
Thing is, you have a naked ass Nexus, so still terrifying. Your bum could just be rushed at this point in time. Especially because Hanwha has triple TP instead of the normal double. It's quite scary to have a naked Nexus. Even if one of those is just fucking Nautilus, they probably won't do that much damage to your Nexus.
Put down as well just to make sure there aren't any cheeky wards for the teleport. Still, Zeka and Doran don't have theirs up and available. As with 5 members of Hanwha Life Esports here, it is very difficult to defend. And now Magnus Storm is going to get that engage on through. Peanut taking...
Thing is, you can't actually kill Peanut because he has ult up, so Peanut actually provides necessary zoning here. So he sees, look at how they play this. Owner goes in, and they know this is the engage. So Peanut, well, Peanut just gets hooked. Whatever. It was less cool than I thought. Doran again. Doran's the real hero. Peanut just gets chain CC'd, and they waste all of their CC on him because Peanut's able just to dash right back to Owner during his ult. And then Doran sees the tunnel angle for the double knock up. They shouldn't have focused Peanut like that, but Doran was great this game. Doran MVP game 1. Doran big dicked them. Wow.